Thank God for people like Ken Burns who painstakingly research every historical fact. Because what I've learned, after doing hundreds of these jaywalks, you know, we talk to people on the street, they don't know anything, all right? You don't want to rely on the average American for a history lesson. So to prove my point, we took answers from jaywalks over the years, and we made our own documentary based on what these people say really happened. We've done this once before. This is part 2. These are real people and how they see American history. Are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Yes, I am.
What are the Bill of Rights?
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit perjury.
At the impressive age of 3,063 years, Moses was sent to Philadelphia by God to go before Congress with the new Bill of Rights.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not accept illegal campaign contributions. Thou shalt not email photos of thy junk on the internet.
Who said the British are coming, the British are coming?
Napoleon?
In 1775, just months before his 6th birthday, Napoleon Bonaparte boarded a ship without his parents' permission, crossed the Atlantic, got on a horse, and rode through the night to tell Americans the British were coming.
Les Anglais arrivent! Les Anglais arrivent!
However, since he was French, the Americans had no idea what he was saying.
What are you saying, you tiny little French boy?
Les Anglais arrivent!
What? Who was Benedict Arnold?
Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold. I don't know, but I think it's like an egg dinner or breakfast.
An egg dinner.
In an unprecedented move, in 1776, the American Army promoted a poached egg with ham and hollandaise sauce on an English muffin to the rank of Major General. However, it proved completely ineffective as a leader. And by 1780, the popular and delicious meal split ranks with the Americans to join the British. To this day, Americans label a traitor an Eggs Benedict.
Who fought in the Battle of Bunker Hill? Two sides. Two sides were battling
North and
it.
the South.
What?
Oh, the North and the South.
No.
No.
East and West. No, it was the East versus the West. That's one of the little-known civil wars.
The infamous East-West hip-hop rivalry of the 1990s began in the late 1800s when General Notorious Big E. Lee was shot in his carriage in the very first drive-by. Private Snoop Loggy Log wrote this when he heard the news.
Y'all East Side hoes think you gonna win this civil whistle? Well, as soon as I get my gun ready, by first putting powder in the barrel, hold it steady, then carefully close the firing device, making sure it don't fire prematurely, that wouldn't be nice. Then push a cartridge down into the muzzle, this puzzle's almost done. Then pick up my gun, cock back the firing mechanism, y'all, and pull the trigger which will shoot out the metal ball. Then you are dead. You dead.
Finish the name of this famous Civil War battle, the Battle of Bull...
Winkle.
The first major battle of the Civil War was fought on July 1st, 1861. Thus began the war that pit brother against brother, squirrel against moose. These were his words that day.
It was tough getting my troops to follow a 20th century fictional character, until I told them I love my pal Rocky. But if it made this war end quicker, I'd slice his furry little head off.
General Bullwinkle, Union Army, 1861.
Who was President of the United States during most of World War II?
I would have to say probably Lincoln.
Almost 80 years after being shot by John Wilkes Booth, President Abraham Lincoln came back to life and joined Churchill and Stalin to lead the Allies against the Nazis and the Japanese in World War II. After the war, Lincoln tried his hand at show business, seen here in Michael Jackson's Thriller video.
What decade did man land on the moon?
18th century?
The 18th century?
In 1770, as talk of revolution grew, the Founding Fathers were faced with a difficult decision. Use their resources to fight the British and create a great nation, or send a man to the moon. Already, literally hundreds of dollars had been sunk into building a rocket ship, and so history was made. There wouldn't be another trip to the moon until 1969. Unfortunately, the 18th century scientists didn't realize you can't breathe on the moon.
Who shot John F. Kennedy? The guy had 3 names.
Lee something.
Lee something, he says.
Robert E. Lee?
Robert E. Lee.
Just one day after John F. Kennedy was shot, the greatest Confederate general of the Civil War was arrested for his assassination. However, Robert E. Lee had an alibi. He had died in 1870. Conspiracy theories began to circulate. Unfortunately, General Lee was killed again before he was able to stand trial. We may never know the truth. Okay, so what do we learn? After Robert E. Lee shot President Kennedy, a 6-year-old Napoleon inspired by hip-hop, Rocky and Bullwinkle, the moon landing, and the Bill of Rights written by God, got word to a dancing zombie, Abe Lincoln, that General Eggs Benedict had surrendered and immediately ate him.